Like, that $20 is worth it to me.
I get it. I only have so much material that I can talk with my friends about in a single evening. Yeah. And I can't burn all that in the lobby.
You can't burn through all that.
That's terrible.
No, that's not what you want to use it for. Nick, you got the script?
Oh, yes.
Oh, excellent. Good. Yeah,
Episode 447. From fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, this is Pod Therapy. Real people, real problems, and real therapists. You can submit your questions anonymously at podtherapy.net or email us at podtherapyguys@gmail.com. And now broadcasting from your mom's studio.
Yeah.
That's Jim. That's
Thanks,
Whitney.
Mom.
I'm Dr. Nick. It's time for some Pod Therapy.
Well, hello, everybody. I've been gone. If you would like to see how tan I am, patreon.com/therapy. You can watch the YouTube version of the show.
Spoiler, he's not.
Level and up. I'm darker, okay? I am a rotisserie
You are not dark. You were not even a remotely different shade of white.
My hands. Honestly, my arms aren't because I was
You
wearing
are barely
sleeves all the
eggshell,
time.
sir.
Okay, well,
he wore long sleeves the whole time.
3 shades darker than porcelain, so I'll take it. If you'd like to hear about my trip to Cancun,
Dusty porcelain.
Patreon.com/therapy. You can hear all about it.
Lace.
I traveled the world, and you've got to see it to believe it. And
Jim is a color known in the wedding industry as whore white.
Yeah, I love that. Hear about my stories of woe, patreon.com/therapy. Also, U.S. Customs. Fuck you, U.S. Customs. The dumbest. Okay. Mexico Customs, easy.
Okay.
You get there, they just have their little lines ready to go. They have video screens showing you what to do. Like they're doing it in every language, but there's videos. You know what to do. Everybody's like trilingual. They're walking you through it. They're very organized. It's very official, but you get in right through. Get home, we have to go through customs because we're coming off an international flight.
What city did you fly through?
Vegas, direct.
Oh, direct.
Yep.
Okay.
And so we get here back to Vegas. An hour-long line just for the citizens, 2 hours for anybody not from America. They have like 2 people working there, and this isn't a red eye. It's business time, like on a Thursday. They have nobody fucking doing it. You're waiting in this line for goddamn ever. You get up to the front and you're like, Jesus, I really hope we're going to have a long conversation. You know, why were you in Mexico, sir? Were you affiliating with any narcos? Do you have any drugs or weapons? You know what? The only fucking question this lady asked me, do you have any fruit? Why is that the thing?
Deal.
Why are we so fucking scared as a country there's going to be like a fruit pandemic?
Did they
like you're going to smuggle in a goddamn pear?
Oh, I think it's the pandemics.
Oh, that might be it.
I think it's the actual pandemics that they're worried about.
Were you at any wet markets, sir? You know, Did you fuck any bats? You know, like these seem like relevant questions, but all they give a shit about one question.
Yeah,
fruit? Are you carrying like smuggling apples?
They said fruit
bats.
They said fruit bats.
If you want to have your constitutional rights, you have to go through and get global entry and all the other stuff now.
Didn't you tell Jim that before you left?
Yes, I did.
thought you did.
But you know, I travel once every 20 years out of the country, so
let me ask you this:
probably not going to be.
If this was the only time, and I told you that global entry would have taken it from an hour and a half in line down to you barely slowed down your walk and just walked straight through.
I didn't see a second line for global entry.
That's because there's not a line. It's a quick facial scan and you're through.
Okay.
There's no line. Like it's literally just an area like before you get to the line.
Okay.
Usually it's just a little branch off area. There's usually like 8 little facial scanners.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't worth it.
And you just rock it through. And you get TSA pre-check.
Did they ask you about the fruit?
Exclusively.
There's one pop-up.
They scanned your face. They know if you have fruit or not. They can tell.
TNA's fruta. No, Jesus, that's the only fucking thing anybody cares about.
It's remarkable how bad traveling in this country is now.
Well, I come back with stories and some amount of tan, and no parasites. No, I did not drink the water. I was very, very fucking careful. Like, I didn't even brush my teeth with the water.
Right.
Oh.
I just didn't brush my teeth for 10 days.
That
I found
sense.
that was the easiest way to avoid it.
It is.
But I was scared. I was scared to, like, eat fruit or, like, salads
Ice,
or
though?
anything that's washed in
you did
water.
ice okay?
Yeah, they told us that in the resort, everything's, like, filtered, and so that was safe. But not the sink water.
I always think that that's total bullshit.
Oh, what? That's filtered?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you see them like getting ice delivered to like all the bars and stuff like that. So.
From where?
From the filtered ice man.
Right.
Are you saying that I believed a lie?
Jim would
If I
never.
have Mexico tummy bug,
It's
I'm going to
not-
be so upset.
No, you'd know it by now.
Okay.
It's not that you believe the lie. I think that they are filtering it. I think that there's an effort.
Yeah.
I think something is happening.
You don't think it's enough?
I just think it's useless.
But the alcohol in the drink
It's a
kills
Brita.
the tummy bug. Maybe that's what
I believe that more than the
That's-
other.
I like that. So
Yeah.
just only drink alcohol.
Because
I
like,
think
if you
that's the
tell
trick.
me that a Brita filter can solve all those problems,
Yeah.
I'm skeptical of that.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
I could be wrong.
Does it filter bacteria?
That's it. Like,
yeah.
what level of filtration do you have to like get to filter out the bacteria that cause whatever the
Probably-
stomach issues that are caused by Mexican drinking water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what that level is, but they had a machine in the room that is a filtered water machine. It's tied up to the water line.
Mm-hmm.
And so they tell you like, hey, if you need fresh water in your room or whatever, use this machine. And they're like, and also we recommend using it to brush your teeth and stuff like that too. And
Okay,
so
that's cool.
we just stay the fuck up. But like the first time you take a shower, the first thing you do, right? You should put your head into like, it was one of those like raindrop like ones. And the first thing I do is like,
Jim's got his face mask on.
yeah. And I'm like, oh, dude. And I'm just sitting there like gulping fucking water out of the fucking shower. And I'm like, oh no, what have I done?
Jim's doing
That's how
like
I
a beer
die.
bong with a snorkel in the shower,
I couldn't help myself. Like, it just happened so fast. I wasn't ready.
waterboarding himself.
They just need to put signs up. Anyway.
Don't waterboard yourself. That's
Yeah.
the sign says.
So if you'd like to hear about the trip, patreon.com/therapy. I want to remind you, if you're the kind of person who, likes to watch, you dirty girl, I know you do. Patreon.com/therapy. The Therapod leveling up. You can now watch us on YouTube, and it's an unregistered link, and you can check it out and see what Jacob's doing right now. It's a lot of fun. We've got
Very
some great
fun.
questions for today's show. First one, leading off the order, is my therapist a right fit for me? Hi guys, new listener, and I'm starting from the beginning on episode 11 right now. Let me start with some reinforcement for y'all, because I feel you need to be reminded that this podcast is a 10 out of 10.
At least for the first 11 episodes.
I was going
of
to
it.
say,
Yeah,
I don't
stop.
think there's
Stop
only
there.
half
Yeah.
of the
Don't keep going.
team in there, but that's all right.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
of the
only
4 current
downhill
hosts.
from there.
Before we took a hard right turn. Yeah. It provides great insight on how mental health professionals think, while also educating listeners on the psychology behind the rationale. You make the podcast relatable and entertaining with your humor, games, and different perspectives. Now, on to the question. I've been in individual and couples therapy now for about 8 months, and I took your advice on waiting 3 sessions to determine compatibility, develop a therapeutic relationship, and see if the therapist has a positive impact.
Sir, you can't keep coming to couples therapy by yourself.
But it's been 3 times. My first therapist, I felt, wasn't a great match, as we mostly talked on a casual level about unimportant subjects. So I switched to seeing a different therapist for one-on-one, which happened to be my marriage counselor. I was against the idea of doing that because I didn't want to create any bias and wanted a different perspective in therapy, but they were more convenient than a different one. My question is, how do you determine if a therapist is the right fit for you? Because I'm on the fence about it with mine. They are well experienced as a professional, and I value their opinion, but there are some criticisms that I do have that I feel could interfere. What does a good relationship with your therapist look like? How do you determine if they're making a positive impact? Thanks, Anonymous. I wish they would have said what their reservations are.
I know. I was wondering
They keep
that
having
too.
sex with me. Is that
I know.
normal?
I have some criticisms
selling
that
me
could
weed.
interfere, but I won't tell you what they
I
are.
can barely quell my erection the entire time. Barely.
There's one chair in the room.
Where do you sit?
I don't know. I have to sit on the reverse cowgirl, Just nose
Every
to
time
nose.
I walk into the room, every single time, she wipes off her mouth and says, I'm just getting your seat ready. She does that joke every time.
And she's a great fit. It's a great fit. Love it. Would have loved the reservations on this one.
I know.
But this is a great question.
At
Yeah.
the end of our first visit, she literally said to me, I can't wait to work with you some more. I'm really looking forward to sucking every ounce of depression out of you. And then she did the signal where she pretended to hold a dick in one hand and move the inside of her cheek with her tongue.
Yes. And that's how you know it's a good fit, right?
Yeah.
Thanks for writing in.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, but Jacob just reminded me of this funny moment when I had, yes, with that motion, if you're watching. One of my best friends from childhood, her and her husband were staying the night for a few nights with us. And so the first night, she wakes up the next morning and and Peter and the husband are about to head into town. So they're about to head out the door. And my friend looks over because she didn't want to feel embarrassed. She forgot her toothbrush and like hadn't brushed her teeth yet. And literally goes, "Hey babe, don't forget the like toothbrush." And we're all like, so I'm making it, if
Like,
you're not watching,
we can wait.
the motion
before we
Jacob just
leave.
described and did.
Just
Minus
motioning,
the tongue.
jerking
but,
yourself off.
Yeah,
Clearly
just
blowjob.
sharp
Yeah.
blowjob motions. And all her husband just wide-eyed stares at her.
Did she do tongue in cheek with the motion? Because that's too much. That's
It made it
definitely
look
not
like,
a
don't
toothbrush.
forget when you go in town.
Don't forget.
Don't forget
And don't forget whenever you brush your teeth to
get the toothpaste
get
out
underneath
of
the
the tube.
carriage there. You got to really cup the balls.
There's an act that used to be an absinthe, and it was a woman in a gorilla costume. She would enter at the beginning of her act in a full head to toe gorilla costume, and the host was on stage one night and forgot what act was coming on stage next. Yeah, it happens. You know,
Yeah.
everybody's
There's a
human.
lot of them.
Yeah, and so goes. I don't know what an act is coming up next. I've forgotten what act it is, and turns, and there is an usher who is standing there, and the usher, to being helpful, beats her chest.
Oh, yeah.
A la a gorilla.
Yeah.
It's a cue.
Yes, giving him the hint, like, oh, it's the gorilla coming up next. But this usher was in a bit of shadow, and so the host could not see what the usher was signaling.
Yeah.
And so the music started, the act comes out, and the host walks off stage and walks over to me and goes, "Who was that usher? I don't like. Should I be pissed?"
What was this?
And I'm like, "What are you talking about? What are you pissed about? What's wrong?" And he goes, "I was trying to remember the name of the act, and I couldn't think of it, which, you know, who cares? And, like, they're not supposed to help me, and, like, that's not their job. But she just did the motion of, like, jerking off two dicks all over her face instead of just helping."
That is
Why
helping,
can't
my
you-
man.
is that the
is
next
helping.
act?
There's
Surprise.
no context that was not helpful.
I was like, she was beating her chest for the gorilla. And then, of course, he was just so embarrassed.
what have I done?
Totally. Like,
Yeah.
oopsie. Guess I'm not mad.
I definitely thought she was just telling me to go jerk off some dicks.
You go to hell. Jerk off dicks along the
I'm
way.
trying to remember the name of the act, and this person is telling me to go jerk off
like,
a bunch of dicks.
Now I'm
just
really
love-
distracted.
I've never in my life seen that body language used to insult a person. Like,
Yeah.
hey, you know what? You're having a bad show tonight. I hope that you just fucking go crazy.
Go guzzle.
Yeah, but now that you do it, and now that you just did it on camera, you kind of feel it, don't you?
I do, yeah.
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 Kind of like F you.
It's just a very aggressive thing. Do you think you could do that motion while driving? Somebody cuts you off in traffic and you go, hey, fuck.
I did do a good thumbs down. I gave somebody a good thumbs down.
I
driving
like
this
that.
week,
That's a good one.
and
Yeah.
really pissed them off.
Yeah, just boo.
Because they
Yeah.
were like it was one of those where I put my turn signal on,
Yeah.
and then he tried to speed up to cut me off,
I hate that.
but I was already
Getting over it.
in, and then he like pulls up in the lane next to me and is like mad dogging me,
doing
Yeah.
that.
and so I just gave him
Yep,
the old. I was
gave him the
like,
old-
looked at him. I was like, and I gave him like a come on, man,
Yeah.
and gave him like the thumbs down.
Yeah.
I was like,
I
"You're a-
love that.
you're a
It's like-
fucking
You
idiot.
know
It's
what
like,
you're
I'm
doing.
disappointed in you.
Yeah,
It's what
yeah.
that feels like. It's like, you're not going to make me feel upset.
That is
I've done the
exactly
finger
what I'm trying to
wag
convey
before
as
too.
well.
Whenever somebody's trying to like, not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Or the 3 click, girl. Yeah,
No, I just
give it a
I just stick with the
swag.
thumbs down.
Yeah.
That is
Yep.
too funny.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Or maybe I have on occasion just hysterically laughed at people.
okay.
And that is a lot lot as well.
Yeah.
If
Just
they're-
smiling and waving really big is
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
too.
when they're
just like,
really mad and you're just laughing, that is a lot
Oh
of fun.
yeah, that's enraging.
Yeah.
You might get shot.
Oh,
playing
you
that
really
card
might
for
get
too
shot.
long. 'Cause Thumbs down, people won't pull out the guns.
No.
But
No.
you know, you're either laughing at me or doing the double jerk off on your face.
That's
and you
going to
know what?
elicit some gun violence.
Them's fighting words. Pull over, okay? We duel at dawn.
I
all right?
mean, you say that the
Yeah.
economy keeps going the way it's going.
Yeah.
People who are able to jerk off two people at the same time, those people are going to be in the catbird seat.
The what?
The catbird seat.
What's that?
Come on, Texas.
The catbird
It's
seat?
the catbird seat.
Sounds like you're saying Cadsbury. And I'll take it.
Cadbury.
Catbird seat. Or it could be a Cadbury seat where it's just a chair where they bring you Cadbury eggs.
I like that better.
Also
I would
fine.
choose-
Both equally positive things.
Okay.
Only good metaphors. We had a question, I think.
Yeah,
What was the
yeah.
question about?
So basically, how do you decide if your therapist is a good fit? And I like this question because I feel like there are a lot of criticisms that I see around therapists. I see this on Reddit. I'll see it around like on threads now. There's like therapist threads
on your personal reviews.
Yeah, those we ignore.
A lot of criticism.
I just delete those reviews,
Yeah,
so
good.
you'll never
teach
see
me
them.
how, please.
Yeah. Oh, do you have a lot of them, Jim?
I have one on Google that is pissing me the fuck off. I've never met this person in my life, and they gave me 1 star. And when I click on their profile, they live in like Virginia or something. I'm like, who the fuck even are you?
Oh
I tried
my
to complain to Google, and Google's like, what?
Of course you did.
It probably was a client. They just don't want you to know it's them.
I complained to the internet, and the internet didn't do anything
I wrote
about
a strongly worded letter. Okay. Sent it to Google.
But this is a good question because how do you know when it's like, oh, this is really like could be a helpful therapist, even if they're not perfect, it versus saying, you know, oh, this isn't a good fit. Let me go find someone else, and it just gets worse, or it's not like great. And my opinion is I think you kind of answer this for yourself. You decide if your therapist is helpful for you or not. And what I've heard before from like friends or family who've gone to therapy, and we talk about it and their experience, because I do like to ask them, like, what do you find helpful or not helpful when you've been to therapy? Like, I'm very curious because they'll tell me the truth. And I think I've heard that even if a therapist wasn't like a really great fit, they were just like a pretty good fit. If they were really going through something at the time and just needed to talk to somebody, by the time they've built that trust up, they will find value in those sessions. So, for example, like one of my friends mentioned once that they wish they could have gone deeper into certain issues, but they got a lot of really great coping skills from that therapist. So, like, there are things that irked them, but they got enough out of it that eventually they stopped going after like a year or so. And they were like, that's what I got. And they found a much better therapist later on when they started looking again a couple of years down the road. But so I guess I think that it's okay if you feel like you have a good relationship with your therapist and you get something out of it. I think it's worth staying. I also would say talk to your therapist, whatever those reservations were that you were having. Maybe like we've said that on here before, like ask them about it.
Yeah,
you
can bring it up. I think that a lot of people are afraid to. I mean, if it can't be changed, if it's something like, well, I dislike that you don't have kids. It's like, oh, okay, well, I can fix that tonight if you need me to. I mean, like, give me 9 months. Like, I can just, I really want to keep you as a client, so let me fucking do that.
I'm not codependent.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, like, you know, if it's not something, you know, unchangeable about who you are, if it's a style thing, I think it's okay to discuss that. But, like, I like your point here because I believe in the research, the best predictor of therapeutic outcomes is the therapeutic relationship.
Yeah.
And there are qualities that the best therapists do have that seem to just, this is like, we can categorically see that in the research, that the best therapists do have certain approaches and certain things they do. And like some of them, I teach this to my grad students, like they tend to be optimistic. They tend to instill hope. They tend to have accurate empathy, right? They learn to read you and to understand like what you're really trying to say. They generally are supporting you, positive regard, going back to like Carl Rogers, you know, kind of perspectives. So like there's a lot of that humanity that seems to be the core element. And I don't know though, because I think for me, the last time I had to go find a therapist for myself, I relate to the writer a little bit. I was shocked and I guess kind of horrified at how bad everybody was.
Yeah.
And I thought, is this a me thing? Is this me being pretentious? Like, cause I'm not.
It's rough out there.
It was really rough. And I remember being discouraged.
And it's challenging. Yeah. Even though one therapist I saw that I ended up liking, I still was like, I wish there was a little more there.
Yeah.
It can be
a little more meat on the bone.
A little more meat on the bone. Like, yeah, just person after person. And I started my search thinking, let me go for somebody who has the resume. Like, go for the best on paper person. That's what I want to go with first, and see if I can find somebody that, like, you know, they would win Jeopardy at this. Like, they're really good, right? And they just had no personality.
Damn,
and like, here I am, and the way I communicate is, you know, I think I'm really expressive. I'll use humor, and I need you to be able to come with me on that and figure out when I'm deflecting with my humor and figure out when I'm expressing with my humor. Figure out me, right? And like, boy, this person would just stare. and just awkward silence. And I'm like, I wasn't wearing pants, so like, that's on me.
There
that part's
some
on me.
Things that could have,
but in my defense, it wasn't in the informed consent that there was a dress code. Okay, so I come in.
Be comfortable.
Yeah, I'm paying to be
Dress
here. Okay, so like, I need to let it all breathe, and so I was a little upset. But no,
you
just
wore
like,
your long sleeve.
Yeah, that's right, because of the tan.
Yeah.
I'm scared of the sun, but the boys, they need to breathe. But it was indoors. So, but no, like just silence, and just like, okay, and like after like I followed my own advice, like try this multiple times, but at the end you're just like, I don't want to go back.
No,
I don't want to talk to you.
Work harder to get you to do your job than me. Like
right.
I know I do have to work in session, but especially in the beginning,
feel like you're the only one doing the work. Though.
Yes, we're working together.
And I think that's one of the things that goes back to the therapeutic rapport is whenever that person vibes with you, has this ability to sort of hear what you're not saying and drag it out of you, and like at the end of a session, you feel like you did some emotional yoga. You feel like, wow, I tapped into some stuff. They got me talking about some things. They led me in some curious new directions. I'm walking out with new questions, new thoughts. This is engaging. Yeah. That to me is a good, therapeutic alliance.
What do you think about the same therapist as doing couples work with?
Yeah. So and we haven't talked about this in a while, but generally speaking, for the audience, therapists like to wear one hat. So
at a time.
Yeah. So if you come
I've
to
got
us,
mine on.
she's got hers on, and patreon.com/therapy, you can find out what the fuck it says.
Yep. Try and read that.
I'm going to tell you right now, you're just going to be disappointed. So yeah, I wonder if they can.
I know. I'm going to get closer by the end.
Okay, that's right.
I'll go to the camera.
Costs extra.
I think so. I think they can.
They could probably read it. They'll get it. It's definitely related to geography. But yeah, so like generally we like to wear one hat. Are we the individual counselor or are we the couple counselor? And that's because of our alliance. Like we need to know who the patient is. Who am I advocating for, right? And so what I tell couples all the time is, hey, if you're here as a couple, the relationship is my patient. And I don't mind meeting with each of you individually, but it's in service of the relationship.
Correct. It's not going to be your session, then it's
right.
To
and I'll
warn
warn them for privacy's sake too. Like, hey, Mrs. Johnson, if you come in and tell me you're hiding money from your husband or you fell in love with a coworker or something like that, my patient is the relationship, so like I can't keep those kinds of secrets, right? But if you're my individual patient, I will keep that secret. Yeah. And so like but you have to be very clear about what hat you're wearing, because sometimes you'll be working with somebody individually. I'll be like, hey, my spouse is going through something. Yeah. I've gotten a lot from you. Can I bring them into the next session and just talk through some things together? Okay. But as long as it's clear to that visitor, you're a guest. My patient is your wife. You can't ask me about things she has said. And like, if we're meeting for any amount of time without her, I don't owe you anything, right? Like, so I'm always really, really careful with like privacy settings and like who is my patient and like what's my allegiance. I don't hate the writer saying, and I think this is really common, like I had a good couples counselor, I got along with that person, I decided to branch off and do individual work. I don't know how you run this, Whitney, but for me, my policy is I will do that only if we switch gears entirely. So that means we are discontinuing couples work and we are beginning your individual work, or we are meeting individually, but my patient is still the relationship.
And that is why Jim got this 1-star review.
Fuck, you found it. You found it.
She didn't even leave a review.
There's no review.
She just left it.
Just a 1 star.
Oh, that one. You didn't say that.
I tried to flag it as racist. I was hoping that somehow Google would pay attention. I think I may have not gotten Google to help.
That woman has left 5 Google reviews.
Total in their life.
In her Google reviewing capacity. Yeah. She there's there is a pizza place. There is a credit union. There is
none of them in Vegas though.
An apartment rental agency. Yeah. And then a clothing store.
Is her name Karen?
Her name does not appear to be Karen. No. She has given 4 5-star reviews and 1 1-star review in her reviewing career.
Whoever you are, I'm so upset.
You are a hero.
No.
Jacob's your best friend. It might be
my actual life.
Jacob.
Fuck you, lady.
No, my name would be on it.
Yeah. Yeah, Jacob would absolutely be like, did this.
Jim would be trying to get it off there. There would just be a picture of me doing like the Buddy Christ pose on it.
This is happening. So yeah, what is your opinion on if you're working with a couple and then member of couple says, hey, I don't want to go through the whole process again. You already know me. You know my backstory. You know my spouse. That's really vital to understanding me. I want to do some side work. I'm going through some other stuff, or I have some trauma stuff. How do you navigate that?
No, yeah, I wouldn't do that either. They would have to go find a different
You'd refer
individual.
out.
But this was already, because the couples counselor was already second choice. There was another therapist already, and they didn't match well. And so we're on therapist number 2 for solo work already.
And now they have the reservations about this person.
Well, so you're talking about it from kind of your ethical standpoint and how you want to do business.
Yeah.
What should the writer, though, do from the patient standpoint?
Yeah.
And my first thought is, if the therapist says it's cool, go with it.
Yeah, that might be their thing.
Yeah. And like, it might be their thing. It also might just be that they don't anticipate a lot of crossover in the type of solo work that you're doing. I don't fucking know. But I mean,
if they'll allow it, I don't think that the patient's doing anything wrong.
But the writer's asking kind of like, how do I determine if this is a good fit?
Yeah.
I would suggest like give the benefit of the doubt, at least for the first few sessions.
Yeah.
And go in there, do your side of it, and see if they do their side of it.
Which so far writer seems to be trying. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you ask this question in your intake sessions, but you usually ask like, have you done therapy before? Right. Mm-hmm. And so you're getting that history. Mm-hmm. But anytime they're like, yes, I've seen other therapists, the next question I want to ask, or one of my wrap-up questions, usually, hey, can you tell me what was working and not working? What does work, what doesn't work? What do you prefer? What have you learned about yourself in therapy? Yeah. Are you a person who likes homework? Do you like reading exercises? If I give you those things, am I wasting your time, and you're going to come back and feel ashamed and now you're avoiding me because you didn't have your homework? Like, what works for you, right? Yes. And a lot of times, one of the common refrains that I'll hear is they'll say, I want a therapist who's going to challenge me. My last one just sat there and yes-anded me. And like, I just felt like I was just talking about sports, whatever the fuck I felt like. And I want somebody who's going to hold my feet to the fire, who's going to challenge me, who's going to work me. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because that same person never does what I give them.
No.
I'll be like, okay. And like after 10, 15 years of this fucking profession, I'm like, cool. Like,
yeah.
But that is what they want.
Champ.
Yeah. And
sure,
that's
what you think you want.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's everybody for everything.
That's everybody for everything.
Like, that's what you think you want, what you actually want, and what you need to make you satisfied.
Right.
Or those are 3 different things.
Yeah. And I would argue it's the therapist's job to hear that and go, great. What I'm hearing is you want to see change and you feel like you're ready to do something about that. Now I'm going to get to know you and hopefully guide you into that.
Yeah.
So when we have a patient like this who's saying, look, I'm at this sticking point. I'm at that juncture. I'm not sure whether to keep going with this person because I do have a little bit of a history with them and there's some pros, but there's some cons. Or do I play the field again? What is your general advice on that? Or how do you know when that decision, it's time to make that decision?
Mm-hmm. That's so tough because I think what happens when we start seeing a therapist, when we decide, hey, maybe I don't want to see this therapist anymore, it feels overwhelming to start the search again.
Yeah,
you're like, like, where am I going to look? How do I decide?
Bird in the hand's worth 2 in the bush.
Yeah, the cat and the bird thing.
Yep.
I think she gets it now.
Yeah,
I think she's on board.
Got this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that
she doesn't got it. Actually, I'd like to retract my previous comment.
So yeah, I think that it can just feel overwhelming to try and dive back in. But gosh, how do you decide that? I don't know. I'm a lazy bitch, so I'm like, I'll just stick it out.
I'm just going to stick this out.
I'm going to stick it out
10 years later.
Till it's really not.
Brittany, it's so nice to see you again.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks.
I'm like, yeah, pretty much. But I do think it could be worth it, especially if this was your couples counselor. To this writer in particular, it could be worth trying to go play the field again because you've met with them for couples, you've met with them for individual. Again, we don't really know what the issues are, but it seems like you probably have a pretty good feel for them. And if you're questioning that, it might be worth going and looking. That's my advice.
I think my advice used to be get back in the market if you feel like your progress has stalled and you feel like we've tried things. I'm a big fan of communicating that. Like I want a patient to tell me that.
Okay.
I feel like we're stalling, and great. I want to revisit the conversation of what do you want?
I've had clients, not a lot, but a couple really direct ones for like, and they've had a lot going on. They will acknowledge like, hey, I know we had to kind of go off onto like what's going on, kind of hold down the fort. But once we have a session where we're kind of like, oh, okay, nothing, no fire. We didn't put out any fires today. It was like,
Now we can get
settled.
back
Then the
to what
next
you came
session, they'll be
here
like,
for.
can we jump back into like that, deeper work? I'm
Right.
like, oh, yep, great. And, you
Right.
know what? I really want some homework to do. So can we do that? I'm like, all right. Yeah.
And new
I love it.
therapists out there, a really important skill that's one of the 8 great traits is the ability to constantly orient the patient toward their goals to help. We call that focus, but the ability to sort of say, like you just exemplified there, like, okay, something's happening right now and I'm bringing my attention to that, but I also want you to know that I'm not forgetting where we need to go. And I know how to steer you back to that when it's time. And I also know how to show you with signposting where I've seen you make incremental progress, because that really would show up right now. Like if that therapist was doing that for the writer would be like, I think I am making progress. Like they've been highlighting things that I'm working on and progress and change I'm making. Like I'm going to stick with it. But apparently that therapist isn't doing that very well. And so now this person's like, where are we? And they need a map. And like the therapist holds the true map. Now, this is the obligatory part where our friend Nick would show up and start talking about treatment plans.
Yeah.
This is Nick.
Yeah, I was
if you're
just thinking
listening,
reassess goals is usually what
this is
helps.
where Nick shows up and goes, well, what you got to do
a
is
treatment plan.
get out the treatment plan.
What should be on that treatment
Visit
plan?
the treatment plan. And, you know,
Words.
what have we
Words should be on that
accomplished?
treatment plan.
Usually there's birds.
Words
Yeah.
representing things.
Yeah. Oh, you said words. I thought you said birds.
Also birds.
Birds too. You know, I don't want to be exclusionary.
I'm from Iowa.
Yeah, they have that.
Right?
Yeah.
Idaho,
I think
Iowa.
so.
Where am I
They
from?
sound the
Iowa.
same, and they're right
Who
next to
cares?
each other. Yeah.
It's equally pointless. So, Ryder, I
Maybe
think if your
Nebraska.
progress has stalled, then that's whenever I think you go back into the river. But I think for me, the last couple of times that I've been in the market looking for a therapist, I've been stunned at the lack of talent, the lack of professionalism. I'm worried sometimes for the profession. I think
There's a lot of lost hope in people.
I mean, I think the
worried
world
in
of my
general.
students, I think my students are up and comers. I think they're all really talented, but like a lot of the folks, especially veterans, like a lot of times you say, I'm going to take a really experienced person. They know what they're doing. And I'll meet with them and be like, this is,
How have you been doing this?
how
for
are
so
you
long?
still employed? And I think like, is that how bad the market is, that like you're doing well? Like, fuck me, this is terrible. So sometimes I'm like, look, if you've got somebody that you can actually work with and you don't fucking hate them, stick with it. Like that might be what
How do
need
you
to settle
feel
for.
about, and have you ever had a patient come to you and just say, I don't feel like we're making progress?
I've had that happen. Yeah, people. I like it
Was
when
it
they
a
don't blame
surprise?
it on me.
Was
no,
it a surprise to you?
I think it's normal for them. I'll agree. So I won't say no. You're wrong. I won't gaslight them.
Sure.
I'll say sounds like you're feeling stalled. Right. Let's talk about what's stuck. Right. So for me, that's a great revisiting session to be like, great. This is great data. What are you noticing? Where are you feeling that you're stuck right now? What's something that you've identified that you want to work on that we're not getting any forward motion on? Because that's a solution focused opportunity.
Yes, it invites them to share. Like, well, I wish. And this still isn't even a criticism on the therapist, in my opinion, but they might say something like, I wish you would have asked more about blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh, I didn't know. But it's a great way for them to say
Always
that without...
a reframe to the positive. Thank you for teaching me that.
Yes.
Now I know that's
absolutely.
okay to ask.
We can focus on that.
Right. And, I've had people come to me with their reservations too and say, yeah, I'm disappointed. I really thought you were going to do more of this or that. Of course, it's a rookie move is to get defensive and be like, oh, I did try to do that. You didn't. Nope.
Yeah.
You just go, hey, thank you for this. Huge feedback. Our relationship thrives on honesty and transparency. I need more of this. Let's draw up a treatment plan. And like, how do we incorporate this into your work? Oh, Nick's back. So yeah, I think you can give that
Anytime
raw
you say the word
feedback.
treatment plan, Nick pops up.
An Iowan grows some wings.
Yeah. A lot of corn
Grows
just
fucking
sprouted.
corn every time.
Nick just got a boner wherever he is. He doesn't even know why.
He's confused.
Well, it's that goddamn Cialis he's always taking. Like M&M's this guy. Anyway, Ryder, thank you for this. Good luck on that. And, I think that if you're enjoying the show so far, stop. I think that it only is
Put away your
downhill.
head.
There's no way.
12 is the beginning of the end.
Yeah, that's right. I think we really peak at 3. When did we figure out when you first show up? I think it's like 16 or
So
something.
it's at 16 or
Yeah.
14.
Yeah, you show up in the first 20 episodes. So, yeah, I'm
Somewhere in
excited
there.
for the writer to bump into that. That'll be fun.
I am too.
Anyway, we are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're talking about living instead of just surviving. You're listening to Pod Therapy. Today's episode is brought to you by Judy Schneider, Leon Kassab, Carolyn Albert, Sammy Scoop, Sarah Smith, Mike Helm, Darren Cunningham, Brady Maluchek, Max the Ginger Scoop, Ellie O'Dare, and Amy Aardvark and Edgar Allan Poe. Do you want to sponsor the show? Become a therapy producer at patreon.com/therapy. Well, my friends, it's time to play the game that I invented at the all-inclusive, adults-only
Jim
Mexican
had a lot
resort.
of time.
See that.
I invented a game because I met a lot of people.
Uh-huh.
And I started asking myself some questions about the people I was meeting, and I wondered, Could my friends figure out the difference between these quotes? Today's game is called, is this a quote from a Midwest 50-ish couple or a swingers couple?
You met all these. Okay.
I met lots of people in the pool. You just sit around in the pool. So I'm going to read you a quote, okay? And it's just swingers or 50-something Midwest couple.
Jim, get that out of my butt.
Are they the same person?
Not an option. All right. So I'm going to tell you at the end. I'm going to keep track with whether you were swingers or whether you were Midwesterns.
Clearly, these are just Jim's quotes.
Whitney, first one's for you. Okay. So these aren't exact quotes. They're descriptions of conversations.
Okay.
They ask for your phone number so they can connect with you later at the resort.
Later at the resort. That's some shit my dad would do at a resort, and he's not a swinger, that as far as I know.
As you know.
So I'm going to go with Midwestern.
False. It was Whitney's dad.
Damn it.
Who is definitely a swinger.
He definitely had no pants on.
I have had a lot of sex with
Okay, so your vote on that one is Midwest.
Yes.
Jacob, you going to concur? You going to take? You think that's Midwesterners? You think that's a swinger move?
It feels pretty Midwest.
Yeah.
Okay.
They want to hang out.
Yeah.
They want to be best friends and go cruising together.
All right.
And then it comes out later
That
they
being
were
said,
swingers.
how awkward would it be if we found out that I'd had sex with Whitney's dad at some point?
My dad looks great for his age.
Not disagreeing.
I enjoyed the experience.
Congratulations is all I'm saying.
I didn't say it'd be awkward for me.
All right.
I enjoyed every bit of it.
All right, so that's the first quote. I'm going to give the answers here at the end. But you're both on Midwest on number one.
Okay, yeah.
Got it. Second quote. Well, not a quote, but a description. They pull out their phone and show you a video of their upgraded hotel room, which has been upgraded to the presidential suite and now has extra beds and a entire living room. And they invite you over for a room party.
Midwest couple.
God. I mean, it's probably that, but I'm going to guess swingers.
It's hard to tell.
I know.
It's hard to, right? Are you seeing why this is difficult?
A party in the room?
Yeah. Come over for a room party.
No, you meet at the
party
bar.
At our room.
Well, you don't meet in your room. Okay.
You got to put a towel down.
Okay, so you're going swingers on
Yes.
this? Okay, and you're going Midwest.
I'm Midwest.
You think that's still a 50-something Midwest couple?
Yep.
All right, we can go with that. Okay. Third one, last quote for the round. Okay. They tell you a story about the last time they were at an all-inclusive resort where they met young adults who they are still friends with to this day.
That feels Midwestern again to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm 3 for 3.
You're going all Midwest on
this.
Wow.
Okay.
I am.
Now you're Midwest on the first one.
And the third.
Can I get your number? And the last time we were at a resort, we made great friends with a younger couple.
It's all shit.
Well,
with a younger
I should add they stay in touch with them. So they're like,
Yes.
we stay in touch with them.
My dad does this shit. He's like, we met these people in Mexico and we're like besties with them. I'm like, how do you stay friends with people you meet on vacation?
Yeah.
That's so. But he's a social butterfly.
All right.
And again, maybe a swinger, but I don't think so.
Stay friends with people that I see regularly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Much less people that are in a different country.
Yes.
That you just met at a resort.
Maybe
okay.
I'm finding out my dad's a swinger.
There are people that I see all the time that I definitely don't stay in touch with.
All right. So, so far, we're doing pretty good. I'm going to give you your answers at the end because we've got some more quotes. But this is a good debate, I think. Because I definitely was scratching my head for a lot of the trip.
I want to know how you knew if someone was a swinger.
Oh, no. It's very clear. So these are...
I guess it's an adult-only
Yeah, it's an adult-only resort.
That's half the battle.
Yeah, so these are conversations that I'm having, and then eventually it's clear. And then you're looking back and you're like, so now I'm registering.
Well, that's why I feel like
exactly?
Inviting up to my room
get there.
is...
Yeah, we're going to get there.
Okay.
We're going to get there. Second question for today's show. Living instead of just surviving. From Anonymous. Hi, Pod Therapy crew. Long-time listener, first-time writer. Always love it when we get a first-timer. Very cool to pop your pod cherry. My wife has been in and out of the pod therapy.
That's worse.
We could make a shirt out of it. Oh, by the way, we had to shut down the fucking merch store because people were buying things, and it was hella suspicious. Because I text Nick, and I'm like, dude, people are buying things from the store. And he's like, no, that's like never happened. So we check it, and we're like, this is definitely fraud. There's just like purchase. And it was all the sticker from 2022 when I won the Best of Las Vegas award.
Oh,
just one sticker. Which sells for like $2, and shipping and handling is like $6.
What's the fraud?
And just like, we don't know, but like something's up so listen, if you went to podtherapybaitshop.com, I think is what it's called.
Why Wait. You were selling things on the store.
Nobody ever buys anything.
And so your solution was to shut it down.
Yes, because it scared us. We were like, what the fuck is going on? Why would...
Jacob's losing his mind
It
over
was like 7 purchases in the span of a week.
7?
Jacob's crying. He's laughing.
And there were like the same sticker. And it was one of the stickers.
So what?
7 different people. Also, who we had never heard of. Like, we know every listener by name. Like, people that would buy the sticker.
Simply not true. There's a new one right here that just wrote in.
Yeah.
A lot of them do go by anonymous. I guess that doesn't help us very much.
I would not have done a single thing.
I alert Nick, because he's in charge of the store, and I'm like, hey man, I feel like there's some suspicious activity. I'm seeing the same sale for this one sticker. There's purchases.
Nick's like, that was me.
He immediately was like, nope, something's wrong. So we turned off the entire store.
I feel like I would react like Jacob is. I'm confused.
Now gone. We will open it once a year, and we will probably try to roll out new things. So your window of opportunity is closed. All of you who took all that time and meant to do something,
let's say that the person had an evil master plan that involved buying these 7 stickers.
Yes, it wasn't the same person though. 7 different people. It's weird. 7 people, different people.
What's the worst case plot?
I don't know.
That has now been foiled.
I need someone in Discord to say what we're missing. You know when it's like there's a scam, but you can't figure out what the scam is?
What's the scam?
I need somebody to tell me what they think it is.
It was suspicious enough that we were like, no.
It is a little weird, I guess, if there's different people buying the same thing, but why?
For the sake of science, to turn the store back on.
See if the same. Just for today. Just for today.
I need to see if it starts again.
So Nick not only turned off the store, he also rigged it in the back end so that when it does reopen, it will now be password protected. And the only way that you can shop at the store is if you actually listen to the podcast and you get the password. Okay. So we are bad at this.
All I do with every piece of merch that we put out is try to figure out how can I make people who don't listen to the podcast also want to buy this?
Yes. We are the exact opposite.
Seems like a great business idea.
If you want merch from Pod Therapy, you better fucking earn it. Okay, we need to know you're a member of the community. All right, we need to know you personally. All right, you need met us in person in Las Vegas. It's the only way. It's the only way you're getting any of our shit.
You should go over since you don't have the Pod Therapy bait and tackle shop to go to anymore.
That's right.
Head on over to heyscoops.com/shop.
You can buy shit.
Or you can easily go to Store Jingle. We have a new shirt design up on our shop right now. It is just a plain T-shirt. You can pick any color you want. Have it advertised in black because I think it looks good. Mm-hmm. But then there is just a rainbow and some little stars on it. And it just says right across the rainbow, please leave me alone.
Perfect. Yeah.
Cute.
It suits a lot of people.
I think that a lot of Pod Therapy listeners could really go for a nice rainbow-themed please leave me alone T-shirt.
There you go.
And I think the please is important.
Yes.
Very kind.
I do want to be left alone.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad.
I'm sincere in my desire to be left alone.
I'm asking. Yeah.
And I would love it if you would please leave me alone.
That might have helped me in Mexico. That would have really helped with all the salespeople.
Leave me alone, por favor.
Por favor. Mm-hmm. My wife has been in and out of the hospital for the last 3 years with an infection that keeps coming back. Started off as a fix from the result of a car accident. That fix got infected, and the infection continues to persist. Now on its 3rd time coming back. To say it's been rough is an understatement. My favorite way of describing the whole situation is the scene in My Cousin Vinny, where Vinny asks, is there any more shit we can pile on? Is it possible? We've gone through multiple doctors. A large majority dismissed her complaints or were downright not responsive. # women seeking medical help. The original doctor was the worst. Dozens of appointments and scans along with the 3 surgeries. To add more fun to the party, a severe allergic reaction to antibiotics, resulting in an ER visit after the 2nd surgery removing the infection, topping it off with chronic pain and nerve damage every 6 months too. This has resulted in what feels like a pause on her life. She's missed weeks of work. She's a fellow LCSW, so that adds to the shit we can pile on. Canceled vacations and missing out on milestone events with friends and family, baby showers, birthdays, holidays, funerals. Even small things are taxing due to her body fighting. The roller coaster of emotions going on from relief that it's over to dread that the infection is returning is defeating. Right as she's feeling like she can get back to living life, it comes back, me included. I've been by her side through all of this, from taking her to appointments to helping with recovery. I try my best to keep her spirits up when everything has seemed so bleak and worrisome. The mental toll it's taken is apparent. She's a fighter and a badass, but even the strongest can bend. I feel helpless watching her fight her ass off, and I'm, by proxy, becoming depleted too. Reservoirs of comfort are low, and pillows to rest on have been sparse. Life feels like it's been on pause for 3 years, and we are both only in our 30s. What are some things to help keep some resemblance of living instead of just surviving for both her as the patient as well as me as the support system? Thank you for all you do. Keep up the amazing work. It's the highlight of my week. Anonymous, pronouns are he and him. P.S. Depending upon when you read this, it'll be our 6-year anniversary.
Hey!
How about that? Half of our marriage occupied by medical ailments. Fun! P.P.S. Feel free to edit and compress where necessary. No, Nick doesn't do that. He doesn't even remove the part where you asked him to.
Oh, caretaking for so long, and just one thing after another.
Yeah.
That sounds so terrible, so exhausting, and just emotionally draining.
Yeah.
Like for both you and your wife. So
God,
on
the
one hand,
compassion fatigue.
I
right?
was thinking that. I was just thinking what a great spouse and partner you are.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And what I heard from this letter is that despite being very depleted, they were still like, oh my gosh, she's a badass. Like she's going through it all.
For her.
Very little like poor me in there. And I mean,
you're allowed to
and
be
you
poor
can,
me.
yes.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
You could have, and I'd been like, absolutely,
Yes,
this is
for
fucking
you.
hard.
Yes.
But gosh, just the tone of this letter was so kind and thoughtful toward your wife.
Yeah,
like that's
very gentle. But it's so depleting and like emotional, right? Like, and this is one of the things that we don't talk enough about is the psychology of illness, the psychology of pain, chronic pain, and then like recurring illnesses. Like we've all talked to people who have battled cancer, and like the cancer comes back at some point for some people, and now here they go again, or they're getting 2 steps forward, 1 step back on whatever their chronic illness is. And like that whole journey is just so emotionally taxing.
Yeah.
For so many people. I mean, I'm sure both of you have heard stories about this, but I've had, people in the world that I know who literally choose not to continue treatment just because they cannot take the winding path of discouragement and feeling that defeat. It is such a gut punch, which goes to show you how significantly emotionally damaging that is, that somebody would literally choose death than to continue that roller coaster. Now, the writer here is not in that situation.
Yeah.
Their spouse is going through these recurring infections. We're not hearing that their life is in danger. We're hearing that there's medical fatigue. There's, the emotional fatigue of the up and down.
It's shitty.
Half of your marriage is dealing with chronic illnesses. And, that's terrible. And you're in your 30s. It's one thing if you're 65 and you're like, this kind of fucking sucks. But like you're in your 30s, you're like, dude, we should be vacationing. We should do baby showers.
Yeah.
You're starting your careers in LCSW. Like we should be doing other things.
Yeah.
Instead, we're just constantly going to medical appointments and then not being believed. Which on this show, we're very strong believe women people.
That enraged me. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh God. I've seen so many TikToks that are like how doctors talk to women. It's like, are you sure you're not just making it up?
Oh my gosh.
It's like, oh my God.
I mean, I understand asking it the first few times.
Yeah. You want to
just to make sure she's not being hysterical.
Well, they're an indecisive people. Like I'll believe
Very
you when you can
emotional.
tell me what do you want for dinner. Okay, you answer that, and I'll believe your symptoms.
Is there any more like coded word out there for men talking about women than hysterical?
Yeah.
Like,
Calm down.
Yeah.
I don't think I think I could happily say that I've never called a woman hysterical over or anyone else hysterical over anything.
Yeah.
Right.
It just seems so
Great.
Degrading,
It's just-
like condescending.
Chef's kiss.
like, oh, you can't control yourself.
Yeah. I like
You
to
and
use
your
it-
vagina.
Hysterical.
She's having that vaginal hysteria
Yeah.
again. I like to throw out hysteria when that just in no way applies.
Yeah.
Like it's like, hey, can you pass the salt? Whoa. Whoa. Calm it down.
Your wife responds well to that.
Coated in estrogen up in here.
Yeah.
Jesus. Get off the rag.
So, I think just dealing with all that. Oh, I was going to say too, the mind fuck of thinking we got it this time or hoping we got it this time, and then boop,
Whack
pops
and roll.
back up.
Yep.
Like that's a whole different level of like terror and trauma in my
Oh,
mind.
yeah.
Like,
And also, like, the doctor told me this was going to work.
Yeah. Well, and even the initial surgery, which is something I've seen so many times. And like, I'm not going to overplay this hand. Like anecdotally, I hear so many people that go in for back surgery.
Yep.
You know, and that seems to be the classic one.
Yep.
But like they're told, hey, we're to get you out of this pain. We're going to fix your shit. And then the surgery is worse than whatever the problem was that the surgery was going to fix.
Yeah.
They can't heal. There's chronic pain. It turns out the body does not like to be fucking cut open.
Yeah.
And like everything goes wrong. And then you get these other, and like, and it doesn't, and I'm not going to question the doctors. Like, you know, they're the ones seeing the real problems. They know better than me. That's their specialty. But anecdotally, I hear about this shit often. And it's just so discouraging for people because they went in to get out of pain and now they have 3 fucking years of back-to-back infections.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Everybody, you can do me a favor. Just fix Jim. Start letting him know anytime you have a successful surgery.
Okay. Yeah. I need to balance out
Why would
this
we
thing.
ever cut anyone open?
Jim needs good news.
That's right. Yeah. My appendix hasn't come back.
I think that, oh wait, maybe it's like good news for the world. I was like, isn't there a little thread on Discord that's like,
Oh, the good news? Yeah.
Nah, I don't
I
care
love
for it.
going
We have
there.
a channel for that.
No,
Yeah. So, you know, how do we pivot from a posture of just surviving the next thing to living in a world in which we can't directly control the medical navigation, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, when you're a human that's dealing with a chronic reality, and that could be a lot of different things. It could be financial realities. That could be brokenheartedness, a broken family. That could be coming out of trauma, perpetually revisiting trauma like this family's doing. It could be medical issues. Whatever it is, sometimes there are these big, fat, hard realities. And I think as therapists,
like
throbbing,
Jacob
veiny,
said what I was thinking.
yeah, ebony realities, you know, just damn, honest.
Purple-headed reality.
Yeah, just throwing, you know, just all of it everywhere.
Rope shooting realities.
Rope shooting.
Reality has
Nick.
buried itself
Nick,
balls
come
deep
back.
inside of me.
Nick, come back.
It's off the rails. It's
Just
off the
shivering
rails.
hips amount of
Eye-rolling reality.
I'll have what she's having. Reality.
Like 2 beer cans stacked on top of each other worth of reality.
I think Jacob's life coaching has told you how to fix this.
Baby's arm holding an apple. Level of reality. That's what
but
we're
not in the
talking about.
direction you think.
There's
So,
a stopper there.
We get this a lot, and I think as therapists, we have people that come in, and it's pretty clear they're saying, "Look, I know you can't solve the thing. There's this big problem I'm dealing with. I need to cope with and somehow survive this problem." And I don't know about you, Whitney, but when I get those kinds of cases, that's always a deep breath moment where I realize, okay, my desire to fix is going to have to be suspended here. I can't deliver them out of that. And so I've got to step into it with them and like help them navigate. Do you have any notes on that? Like, what are your thoughts on how do we help somebody just navigate the shitstorm?
I know. I don't know about navigating overall, but things that kind of, I think, help keep someone above water when you're dealing with the depressing and monotonous life of having chronic pain, having to support one another through that. I think finding things in each day and each week that can feel hopeful. So that can be doing something for yourself. I know that sounds really basic and cliche, but
have you tried essential oils? That'll solve it.
There is science behind it.
Oh, Jesus.
Lavender helps you feel calm.
Fine.
It does.
Why don't you go hold a rock or whatever it is that you do?
You inhale it.
Whitney didn't have her crystals with her.
That's
I
right. Where's your
know.
crystals?
Where's my
Whitney?
crystals?
Yeah,
I'll bring them
believe
next
you when
week.
you whip out the amethyst.
All right, that's my second thing. Get your crystals.
That's right. Number 2, get your crystal.
But it is true because I think even saying it, it's one of those things I could tell a client that, but are they doing it?
Right. Yeah.
Probably not, because it's one, maybe there's not time. Maybe chronic pain flares up, you know, like on a whim. It's not something that's planned or whatnot. So maybe you have like an afternoon plan to do something for yourself, go on a hike, do whatever. But if your partner needs you, then that's foiled.
Yeah.
So I think trying though your best to do what you can for yourself, but something that, having a current partner who has been a little medically compromised over the last almost full year, August last year is when we went to Portugal.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time, and we liked to go out. We would go out to dinner, do all these things, but we were really stuck in the house for a long time, or I had to do extra things around our house because he'd hurt his back. So It was a lot for a while, and I think what finally helped us once we were like, all right, the cup is almost empty. Like we need to do something here. We did things like order food in the comfort of our own home, but it's like special.
Right.
So you need to like find a show y'all are really looking forward to watching together. Like, hey, you know what? The dishes can wait for tomorrow.
Right.
Like, just put some things on pause. And eventually, even though maybe he wasn't feeling 100%, we did go out and like sat at a little bar and ordered some food and a drink,
Right.
like something that can be in and out. You don't have to have a reservation. It's not fancy.
Yeah.
But just to get out of the house and feel normalcy. So
Right.
you said for 3 years you've been dealing with a lot of these medical stuff. Like, what would you guys have done before all this was happening? What felt like fun and connection time for you both that wasn't about all this heavy stuff going on that can feel kind of normal again?
Yeah.
And 3 years is a long time. We're just creeping up on 1 year, and he's doing a lot better as far as I'm going to tell y'all. So
Yes, as far as we get to know.
as far as you know.
This reminds me of COVID. You know, like I feel like a lot of questions we were getting in COVID
Yep,
were
great
the same
analogy.
kind of, you know, like question of the world is scary and it's shitty and I'm trapped in home, I'm quarantined. How do I get back to some kind of normal?
Yeah.
And I think that your advice was really relevant back then too, of like redefine some normal, like
Right.
change where the end zone is,
Yeah.
right? And that's what I think also makes this question so particularly difficult. I've had patients, I've had one in this last year that we had to have a very serious talk about this person wanting this life that was taken from them
Okay.
Yep.
and believing I'm going to get that back. I'm going to get
Yeah.
that back.
Yes.
That's my mission.
The
And at
expectations.
some point I had to sit them down and have this really hard talk and tell them, you won't.
Yeah.
And I got to be the guy to break it to you. There's a lot of people feeding your delusion that you're going to get this back if only you believe hard enough. That will never come back. And I need you to accept that so you can start to see the very good life that's still around you.
Yes.
But as long as you keep thinking about the gold medal, you'll fucking hate the silver medal. And it's interesting. I saw this whole study actually about the Olympics. It was talking about how silver medalists often will hide the medal, and like bronze medalists will report being thrilled
Right.
with their win. Gold, of course, they're thrilled. Silver fucking hates their lives. And they're sadder than the bronze.
Yeah.
Because the bronze is like, I almost didn't place. And there were two people
got
better
in.
than
I
me.
got on
I'm
the-
clearly not the best on the planet.
Right.
Like there
Yeah.
was two people better
Just
than
happy to be
The
here.
silver medalist is like one fucking step and I would have had the gold. Right. And so like, and they're unhappy with it.
I've read several different things about different studies
Okay.
that goes into. The crazy one for me is when the silver medalists are happier when they were just destroyed.
It's clear.
So like the
Wasn't even
cats
close.
that got silver medal to like Michael Phelps when
Right.
he was in his prime.
Yeah.
They were like, he beat me by 5 minutes.
Yeah. He lapped
We
me.
did the
Me and bronze were close.
was-
but-
right.
You're like, we did one lap across the pool and he
Yeah.
somehow lapped me.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was stretching for
God,
his
that
next
was an
race
insane
when I got to the
Olympics watching
poolside.
that.
Like,
Yeah.
he was dry.
Yeah.
That's a world champion. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how a lot of basketball players feel during like the Michael Jordan era. They're like, nope, I wasn't the best. Michael Jordan was the
Yeah.
best.
There's
Like,
a clear
great.
winner.
Yeah. There's a wide gulf. But no, I mean, I feel like that
Yeah,
translates
you hear like Charles
here.
Barkley talk about.
Oh, I love
He's
it.
like, I don't talk about whether I'm the best player from that era.
Nope.
All I want to talk about is power forward.
Yeah. He's like, I was the best player on the Suns.
I want to talk about just me versus like the mailman.
Did I get better?
That's all I want to talk
That's
about.
it. I
Just
got
power
better.
forwards.
Yeah. No, but I think for the writer, you do have to go through this personal adjustment of accepting the life that you have and almost turning your back on the life that you could have had or you still are seeking. Now, why that's still very difficult here is in the patient's case that I was dealing with, it was true. You will not get that back. And I need you to accept this.
Right.
In this case,
You
they
were
keep
you
getting,
were a hand model and you were in a terrible auto accident and
those
you've
are
now
gone.
lost your hands.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
In this person's case, it's tough because they keep getting those glimpses of hope. And to have that hope snatched away from you, you almost have to adopt a posture of pessimism and you almost have to accept, okay, we don't think you're going to be chronically infected for the rest of your life. But apparently this is going to be a nagging and persistent thing. There will be upsets along the way. It's probably not going to be the case that we get a clear blue sky and we're back to like this never started. If you can get to a place where you can accept that that's not likely, then you can enter that silver medal reality where you start to say, okay, if that's true, what's good about life today? And this is how it was with COVID. It was like, okay, so if I accept this reality, I stop trying to escape it. How do I do a date at home? How do I decorate for here? We missed out on going on a trip to Hawaii. How do I bring Hawaii to us? How do I do a Hawaii vacation at home? We're going to buy pineapple. I'm going to make us fun drinks. We're going to decorate. We're going to find a way to party on the Titanic. Yeah. And like there's a morose kind of humor to it, but like ironically, I do think that's part of the mental gymnastic required to answer this person's question. How do I go from surviving to living? It's a state of mind shift where you almost embrace the suck and accept it instead of resisting it. And then you find joy where you're at, where you can. Yeah. And somehow there's something about that. I think it needs to be very
clear too, though, like when you're in those moments, because if it's just blending in with like, oh yeah, we just didn't want to cook tonight, so we ordered in, is different than like, hey, we're going to order from this place and do, or get those decorations in and do something special, or have friends over, like a couple over to or family that you care about for this one night. Right. I think being very intentional. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
It is that. And I think I don't like the word delusion, but like there is an acceptance of some amount of fiction here where you get to decide what happiness looks like and you get to redefine that. But now if you continue to define happiness as the life that was stolen from you by this bad medical work and the life that's one day awaiting you that may or may not reappear, you're chase fucking Moby Dick for the rest of your life, and you will always experience sorrow. Your cup is always half empty. But if you start from a position of this cup was never going to be that full, look at what I've got, then you're able to kind of mentally readjust your situation and find joy where it's at. So, I mean, it still doesn't, I'm not trying to like gaslight you into like accepting happiness, but you're asking a very fundamentally hard question. And like going back to like even Buddhism and stuff, like the Buddha taught the fundamental thing that causes suffering is your desire, right? It's because you desire the full cup that the half cup is not acceptable to you and you're missing out. If you can get rid of that desire and kind of change and accept your circumstances, you're going to go back to living again. And there's joy that can be found in that. And I think peace and acceptance above all. But what really sucks for the writer is normally you have to go through the stages of grief whenever your life is fundamentally changing like this. But when this keeps happening, that you're like, oh, it's all clear again. You're good. Go ahead. Go rent bikes and go to Tahiti for the week. You're going to have a great time. Oh, just kidding. You're sick. Come back. You never get to properly grieve because you can't get to that stage of acceptance. So like, that's where it's really hard to kind of cycle through it. You almost say like, fucking just tell me it's going to be permanent, you know, or stop dangling hope right in front of me and snatching it away. Yeah. But in the meantime, in the interim, writer, that's what you've got to do to kind of get back to it. So I'm sorry for this. I'm really sorry to hear about
that's this. That's really tough.
Yeah. That's a really hard story, but hey, rooting for your spouse, you know, especially a fellow therapist, it's hard to do the work of therapy under perfect circumstances. When anything is wrong in your life, like somehow putting that behind you and stepping into somebody else's truth, it's really hard. And when you're sitting there in chronic pain the whole time, sick, recovering, that's terrible.
Do you ever think about that? Like as a therapist, I'm like, man, if X, Y, or Z happened, or if I was going through like heavy grief and you just couldn't, you know, do therapy, it's just devastating.
I think about that all the time because a lot of us are, you know, solo practitioners and like you don't have short-term disability. You can't take a break from work and still collect a paycheck. So like if something bad happens in your life that you can't practice, you're really fucked. Like, and that scares me all the time. Like I think like, oh boy, I hope I become like a full professor one day with UNLV. Like, oh, it's like, okay, like I've got something. Yeah. Like if I'm not okay, they're like, hey man, take care of yourself. Like you're unwell, like get right.
There's something to keep you afloat.
Get an FMLA. Like we have benefit package for this. So anyway, writer, you know, hang in there. Tell your spouse that we're rooting for them. We hope that, you know, she's going to feel better about all this. And, you know, obviously wishing her a speedy recovery, but hang in there for you too. I mean, that self-care, I love that you brought this up, Whitney, that your cup continues to needing to be filled too. And sometimes as the spouse, the caretaker, we feel guilty when we're living our life. It's like, I'm not ill. I can travel. I can go have fun with friends.
And
but I feel like if I do,
some of us feel bad.
Save Peter. You know? Like, but no, I mean, honestly, we tease you for that, but like you need to, or you wouldn't be any use when you come home. Right. So you need to be able while to go have fun.
I mean,
and
you
do
could
your own
probably
thing.
do it less.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if you went home every once in a while. He hasn't seen you in months, and you're both in the same city. It just seems
what? He's
really
fine.
aggressive.
I left him some water.
Windows cracked.
The window's cracked. That's right. There's a sign on his chest that says, he's fine. Don't listen to him scream. Don't open the door. Anyway, Ryder, thank you for writing
It's a
in.
TV. It's not
That's
him.
right. He's got a TV. I left the radio on.
Oh,
for
I
him.
saw a
He's fine.
video. It was Vegas or Henderson. It was one of these police forces around here. They almost gave a ticket to a woman who had left a couple of dogs in the car in a parking lot.
Ooh.
And someone reported it, and so they were there, and they were getting ready to break
So
out the
hot.
window apparently and everything. It was like an electric car.
Oh,
So the climate control and everything
quiet.
was running.
Yeah, but
it
they
was
couldn't
just
hear
silent.
it was on.
Yeah.
Oh my
Like the
God.
dogs
The
were
dogs
fine.
are like,
Yeah.
I like it when the Tesla screen says climate is at 70 degrees.
Interesting. Yeah,
They
yeah.
can put on a screen that's like bright. That way, if you look through the windows, it's clear. It says the internal
so
temperature is 70 degrees.
Burning my fucking batteries so you know my dogs are alive.
I know, right?
I'm not even going to save the dogs.
I might burn them to save the dogs. I don't know.
I don't know.
But they pissed me off that day.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're talking about pregnancy, something nobody in this room has personally experienced. You're still listening to Pod Therapy. Today's episode is brought to you by Judy Schneider, Leon Kassab, Carolyn Albert, Sammy Scoop, Sarah Smith, Mike Helm, Darren Cunningham, Brady Malachek, Max the Ginger Scoop, Ellie O'Dare, Amy Aardvark, and Edgar Allan Ho. Would you like to sponsor the show? Become a Theraproducer at patreon.com/therapy. Back to our trivia. Is this a Midwestern 50-something couple or swingers at the adults-only, all-inclusive Cancun resort? Here we go.
Is this where we find out that Jim just accidentally went to a swingers resort?
I think it is. They're all
There
swingers.
totally
is what I
is
think.
one
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Of course there is.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Adults only. Hint, hint.
I did not know.
Or I thought that would just
There
be
are
prime stomping grounds.
There are two groups of adults only vacation places. One is just adults only where they don't like having kids around.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
there
then
is the one Jim was at.
There's the one I was at. Yeah, they need to put an asterisk or something next to
They
that so
put
you
a
can figure it out.
pineapple.
Well, yeah. Well,
It's an upside down pineapple.
It's a tropical location. I assumed that meant there would be great drinks.
He thought
There
he was going to
were.
Hawaii.
Back to Whitney. The couple tells you they're on their second marriage after they spent 20 years unhappily married to somebody else, but now have found somebody who shares similar desires.
Oh, I mean, seems like you're baiting me into it, but swingers.
I'm just reading the quotes. So these are the conversations I was having at the
I feel
pool.
like the Midwesterners don't
They don't talk
tell
like-
you about that personal
that's
life.
how I feel. That feels a little
No,
too-
that's,
Okay.
that's the swingers.
Little
All
too
right. We're
intimate.
double up on swingers for the first one. All right. Jacob, we're starting on you on this one. They tell you about... Oh, wait. I already said that one. Yeah.
Swingers.
Yeah. Where's the one I missed then? Okay. I did the video of the suite. We did the phone number so we can connect later.
Yeah, it looks so easy when Nick does it.
Yeah, I know. There it
He
is.
was trying to shame us last week. Shame.
Oh, they tell you that they only go to adults-only resorts to make new friends.
Midwest.
Okay.
Really?
That's 50s
Jacob's not
Midwest.
getting sucked in. He said.
No.
To only go to adults only to make new friends. A Midwesterner is going to Mexico adults only to make new friends. Seems suspicious.
Going with the swingers on this
I'm
one?
on swingers.
See, I'm
Doubling
picturing
down.
the people that do like cruises. They do like cruises over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, oh, I do like 2 or 3, 4 cruises a year.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I bet there
I
are
hear your
similar
logic.
people to the adults only.
The adults only resorts. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I bet
hear
there's
that
a similar
logic.
crowd of people there.
All right.
Okay.
I accept that.
Text you at 10 o'clock at night asking what you're doing this evening, telling you that they are in their room listening to
1,000%.
jazz.
We both agree on that.
Yeah.
That
The
is
Midwesterners
swingers.
are not texting you at 10 p.m.
Not to come to their room and listen to jazz.
They're
Listen
not
to jazz.
texting you at 10 p.m.
yeah, they sleep.
Okay, so we're swingers on this one,
Yes.
both of you?
Yes.
Those are all 6 quotes from the same couple.
And they are swingers.
I don't know. By the time we got to the jazz thing, I was like, they want to fuck.
Yeah.
But the whole trip, I'm like, are they trying to fuck us? Like, what is this? Like, just every encounter I have
Jim
with
just
these
doesn't
people.
know how to deal with people who are nice to him.
But they were Midwesterners in their 50s, and I'm like, but the whole time I'm like, God, but this is like a Midwest thing. Like, there's just how
Jim,
they are.
They
that
asked you
Midwest couple
twice.
did not want to fuck you.
But
They asked you twice
the
to come to
jazz
their
feels
room.
like they wanted to
Hold
fuck.
on. There
Jacob.
were 2 questions about coming to their room.
Yes.
Is that what I'm hearing?
They showed us videos
Did
of
you
their
go to their
presidential
room?
suite. No, I mean, I was tempted when the jazz thing came up because, like, I like jazz.
Now,
I really want
you
to see
saw the
room.
pictures of this. How much, if any, was the hang in the room than like the bar. Did the room look nicer than the bar or wherever you were already hanging out?
Well, it's an all-inclusive resort.
But I thought they
so
showed
there's
you
bars
pictures.
everywhere.
Oh, okay.
You know, and we met them at
But
trivia.
like the presidential room.
Well, it's a beautiful room. It was a really
So
cool
did that
room.
look like nicer?
It's
I'm trying to get to. Hold on, I'm trying to get to like. Were they saying our accommodation is head and
So
shoulders
nice.
nicer than this place that we're sitting here? Why are we wasting that? Why don't we go up
The
there?
shitty bar when we
Yeah.
did-
Well, yeah. So
Is that
that's a
what
good
it was?
question. It is a very beautiful room. It was very big. So like it had its own living room with a sectional. It had its own balcony.
Sectional. I know, we heard that.
It had
Little Freudian
a
slip.
ocean facing like giant bed.
I
so,
think
like,
this was just a friendly Midwest couple that Jim didn't know what to do with.
Listening to jazz. Let's go listen to jazz in our room.
You ever fuck people to jazz?
That's one of
It just doesn't work.
Okay,
That's
so
how you
that's
warm it
why.
up.
That's how you know.
It just doesn't work. There's no rhythm there.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
You need like some nice funk or something.
Yeah. Okay. If they had said you want to come listen to funk.
Yeah,
that's-
yeah.
Then you're like, that's too obvious. You have to say jazz and then you put the funk on. Once they're
Or like
there.
if they wanted you to come listen to like Jack and Diane with the clap track going just to keep you on beat.
Okay.
Ba-da-da-da. It just keeps on going.
I'm never gonna listen to that song. The same way
Yeah, you gotta have
again.
that metronome. You gotta just know that. Yeah, this is what we're doing here every single time.
Came on a face in the back seat of my car.
Okay, but y'all are reminding me that when we went to the World Cup game, afterwards, this random bar was blasting out Sweet Caroline into the street, and I felt like I was the only one out there trying to yell the cuss word.
Yelling fucking whore.
Yes. I was like, no one's going to know what
Peter,
I'm
he's like,
talking
"What are
about.
you doing?"
He's like, shut the fuck up.
Why do you keep yelling
We
that?
tried to text our Uber from earlier that day.
My friends, I'll get it.
Come find us.
Yeah, so cheers to you, Midwest Indiana couple. It was lovely hanging out with
Indiana.
you. Yeah,
They were swingers,
They were very
1000%.
nice, very nice people.
I wanna hear a
I
vote
thought
in
you were
Discord
very
about
nice.
this.
I just wasn't sure if we
Did
were
you
going
tell
to
them
fuck,
you have a
so-
podcast so they can listen now?
I didn't. I should have. Yeah, I should
Wearing
have
your
brought
Pod
that up.
Therapy long sleeve
I know.
shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always wear my Pod Therapy onesie to all of my travels. So that's
fun.
No, the jury's out. So I don't know.
Okay, how many days were they there? How many days were you hanging out with them? This was one day. They told you all this or what?
We both couples, we and them both flew in on a Friday. They left on Monday. We left on Thursday.
Oh.
It's easy. Do you know the real
Met
easy?
them during trivia. We all played like a musical trivia, and a bunch of couples played, and we got to know them there.
So they're from Vegas?
Found them in no, they're from Indiana.
Oh, Indiana. So
And
what,
so,
y'all were
like-
on the same flight in?
No, we didn't.
Oh,
no,
you just
we didn't
arrived
meet
the
them on
same
the flight.
day.
We met them
Oh,
during
okay.
trivia at the hotel.
Oh, okay.
And then I saw them the next day at the gift shop, and they just like, "Oh, hey man, you were from trivia last night." It's like, "Oh yeah." So we start chatting, and they're Midwesterners, so they're just like, you can't walk away. Like this,
Nope.
we're staying in this gift shop. We're
You're
just gonna
there
keep
forever.
talking.
You live there.
I find that there is a very easy way to spot swingers
Okay.
if you are there for multiple days.
Okay.
If you see them fucking other people. Did you see this couple over the course of these multiple days?
Right.
Ever
That's a
taking
good
like
question.
a
Have you
different
thought about
couple?
that?
Okay. Yeah.
Did you
Because
think
like,
about
if they just
that?
tried to fuck you for multiple days and
Yeah.
failed,
Yeah.
they had a terrible vacation.
That's
yeah.
true.
Well, and that's what I felt really bad about because like it was
Can
like,
you imagine wanting to have
Yeah.
two things?
Yeah.
A, can you imagine wanting to have sex with Jim Jones?
okay. Yeah. Many people
it's
can,
hard.
by the
And
way.
B,
Many
Don't,
people
don't
can.
make me picture
Can
it.
you
Yeah, there you go.
imagine?
There is a Patreon
wanting
level,
to
by the way.
have sex with Jim Jobin and getting turned down.
Okay, yeah, getting rejected, pretty rough. Pretty
Yeah,
rough.
yeah, that would be.
Swing and a miss.
I'm
Yikes.
trying to picture it. I
Yeah.
can't picture it.
Well, and I feel really bad because, like, I see them on Friday night. We're at the trivia. Great. See them on Saturday at the gift shop. End up going to the pool. We both ended up doing, like, cabanas that day. So keep seeing them at the pool.
They have a track
There's, like, an
around them.
infinity pool. So we're all getting drinks. Everybody's having a great time. We're talking at the pool for hours. Great time.
Just
that
the couple,
night,
no
there's
other
like a big
people.
show, and they're like, "Oh, you guys want to hang out and stuff?" Like, well, we're going to catch the show.
Donkey show.
Sunday night is the night
Ping pong show.
before they leave on Monday. That's when they're like, "Hey, come up to the room, listen to jazz." And I feel really bad if they were betting all their swinger on me, and I fucked up on Sunday
way.
night.
No.
I didn't
No
even
way.
go
They
bother.
were either
No
fucking
way.
other people or they were just
I don't know.
Midwestern.
No.
You know, and I just feel bad.
These
you
people,
know?
these people are not.
Then I think, did I
Unless-
lead them on?
unless,
Because clearly, all the way up to Sunday, they're trying to get me up in the room. did I lead them on?
To be fair, you
You know?
have me thinking now of friends I have that have been accused of giving swingers vibes when they weren't because they were just really friendly.
I'm
like
a friendly
that.
guy.
No, like the
Going.
Midwesterners too. Like, let's do this. Let's hang out.
Yeah.
Da, da, da. And then they're
I
like,
to tongue
and they're like,
kiss
oh, whoa,
my
whoa,
friends
whoa.
in the
Like,
pool. You know, do you want to taste my Cosmo?
a little
I
hand
do.
job under the water.
Yeah, you know what's? It's in Mexico. What else are
When
we
in
there to do?
Mexico.
When in Mexico?
No.
Mexico, as they say. So I don't know.
It's a fun time.
Oh, I got offered a hand job the other day at a massage.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
massage.
Nice.
At a place that I've been multiple times. It's always been very straight laced.
Okay.
Yeah.
Offered
It's
offered
because
a
you
little
keep
happy
going
ending.
back. It's because you
How
keep
did
going
they
back.
just whisper in your ear and ask or what?
Oh, they didn't whisper.
Yeah.
There was no
yelled.
whispering.
They yelled very loud.
They yelled.
The masseuse is hearing impaired.
So what do you want?
They're yelling. They go, Jesus, you know,
The
this is
masseuse
very
was wearing
loud.
noise canceling headphones at the time.
Beats by Dre.
Yeah.
So anyway, you want a handy real quick?
I see you're hard. So
Yeah.
My next appointment canceled. I could just
you're like,
do
I
this."
can't help that. And no, I don't.
Grandma, please. Just here for the cookies.
Yeah.
Okay. well,
that's
Midwestern?
Midwestern.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. 50-something Indianans,
Just friendly.
man. They're just here to
Just
fuck.
friendly.
Just
That's
friendly.
all they just want to do.
Hey, doesn't hurt to ask.
Yeah.
Anyway, they remain in mystery, but forever in my heart. My Mexican Midwest friends.
He'll always tell that story as the swingers he met.
The swingers who got away. Yeah. But, you know, it's
a fun story.
I want to believe that they were swingers because then it was flattering to be asked. You know? It's like, if they just were Midwesterners,
10
to be
p.m.
friends.
to go to their room and listen to
To
jazz.
listen to jazz. They wanted to
That's
fuck
the
with me. They
hardest
wanted
one.
it. They wanted it.
I don't know how to
They
explain
wanted
to
some
you
gym.
that meeting swingers and not fucking them isn't a good story.
Yeah. Well, I did a lot of neat things in
It's
Mexico.
not a well
Jim could only have so many first. First, go to Mexico.
It built me an entire trivia. So, you know what? Worth it. Last question for the night. Are my pregnancy feelings valid? Or am I overreacting because of hormones? Oh, here's your...
It's that one.
Get your hysteria locked and loaded here because I think we're going to get to use it today. Hey, y'all. I'm a 25-year-old female and I'm currently pregnant. I've heard lots of stories of pregnant
We got all the answers.
We got you.
We got you. 25, currently pregnant. I've heard lots of stories of pregnant women having intense emotions about situations that they later find laughable. For example, I've had several friends say they had a tearful meltdown because they had a specific craving that they couldn't get in the middle of the night. Or maybe their partner
I've heard
ate
that one.
something. Yeah, I've heard that too. Yeah. One patient cried because they didn't have corned beef on St. Patrick's Day.
I
at the
get it.
restaurant. I mean, honestly.
I would cry over that, too.
That's
It's
a big
delicious.
one,
If my taste buds are set for corned beef,
yeah, what are we doing?
Don't stop me.
Yeah.
Or else.
Several friends' tearful meltdowns because of specific cravings, or maybe their partner ate something that they were planning on eating. Oh boy,
Oh, you don't have to be
I'm not
pregnant to be mad
crying.
about that.
Somebody's getting hurt.
I'm
That's
upset.
going to be a bad day. I've had my occasional moments of tears or anxieties, but I feel like they're genuine concerns, yet other people don't seem to be taking them seriously. I'll try talking to my husband or to friends about things that I'm sad or worried about, and I feel like just because I'm pregnant, it's always met with, ha! Oh boy, hormones can be pretty crazy when you're pregnant, and I don't feel like I can actually address my concerns. To give some examples, I've tried talking about my fears of loneliness during postpartum, concerns about being on the same page as my husband in parenting, and current family drama. Since people seem to respond by saying my feelings are just a product of crazy pregnancy hormones, now when I feel sad or anxious, I find myself essentially saying to myself, well, I'm probably just feeling this way because of the hormones, so it's probably not a big deal. And then I just don't deal with whatever I'm feeling. My question would be, how can I tell if my feelings are valid or possibly just overreacting because of the hormones? Does that even matter? How do I address my emotions, whether my emotions are valid or even when maybe I'm overreacting? Thanks, Anonymous.
Okay.
So, Whitney, as an overreacting woman yourself, how do you tell the difference between
professional.
when you just be a bitch who's being crazy versus when
All feelings are
legitimately-
valid. And that's
Okay,
literally what I was
okay.
going to say too.
Okay,
Anyway.
say more, Whitney. We're listening. We're here to learn.
So my perspective is when
She's hysterical. Do you hear it? You hear it in her voice? Oh,
so
it's a
shrieky.
shut
shrill.
the fuck up, Jim.
God damn! It's
Jesus
like squirrels
Christ.
fighting in a bush.
All right. So I feel like
Attracting bears.
I prefer the bears. But I think that I think both can be true. Like maybe there is some level of you having heightened hormonal reaction to certain things. I've seen it. Like it is a thing. I don't think it's something that should invalidate your experience, though. Yeah. It's like working with teenagers, you know, like things feel big to them, or dealing with toddlers. Right. Like we hear that a lot. Like, oh my gosh, they're upset because they didn't get the food they wanted to eat. Like the same types of things. But that's a big deal to them. It's their first time on earth. So you treat it big. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that you didn't get your snack you wanted. Like to an adult, they're just like, this is the stupidest thing in the planet. But for the toddler, it's a big deal. And so I think that all feelings are valid, that even if maybe there is what you're using the term overreaction, like a bigger reaction than is warranted per se, I still think the feeling behind it is totally valid.
Yeah, I'll second that to some degree. I hate to
maybe about 70%, on the dollar.
Yeah. But yeah, like if the issue is there, like think of it this way. If the problem is there, if the origin of the problem is a quote unquote real thing, or it's pregnancy brain, okay. The problem is still there.
Problem's still there. You wanted the corned beef.
Yeah. You still got to deal with the problem.
Well, I mean, I just sometimes look at this and think you wouldn't do this in a lot of other scenarios, right? Like if a teenager's going through a teenage problem and you don't just go, look, the reason you're crying over your boyfriend is because you're a teenager. Okay, one day you'll realize this doesn't matter. It's like, fuck you. She's 15 and she's brokenhearted today. Like,
yeah, that is more normal of a response.
Unfortunately, it is. But like any other portion of your life where your biology is affecting part of how your brain thinks, which is all of your fucking life.
Yes, thank you. It's the biology.
It's your biology. Like your hormones are always changing. Like as men age, our testosterone's dropping like 1% every year. You see all these commercials that are like, oh, if you get your testosterone back up, X, Y, and Z.
Oh, I haven't said it on this show. I've said it on Ice Cream Social. My doctor is wanting to put me on testosterone now.
Is he offering it from his own body?
Uh-huh.
Oh, see.
How do you transfer?
That's the discount. Yeah.
I mean,
I like my testosterone at a nice 98.5 degrees.
I thought it was 0.6.
That's how I want it. You just make you rub it into your skin, too. It's weird. Yeah, mine does that, too.
No, but he rubs it in.
Yeah. Or out.
Yeah.
Anyway, but
he was saying, he was like, like sleep problems, all this other stuff. He was like,
you're having the sleep stuff.
He was like, you're under this level, and so like specialist, whatever that specialist is called,
endocrinologist.
That's it.
Or something. Yeah,
I always want to call it gastroenterologist.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the endocrinologist. So there's like tests going on with that. But yeah, they're both like, oh yeah, this is a thing. It happens, and whatever.
Sure. But that's the point, though. Is like, okay, fine. And if a person chooses to add or subtract that from their body to regulate, that's fine. But it goes to show you that there is none of us, no human on the planet who is not affected in some way by their hormones.
Right.
So just because there's an average that we accumulate between like ages 20 and 40, that doesn't become the global standard of who the reasonable members of our species are, right? And this is what your point about feelings matter no matter what, because it needs to. An 80-year-old's feelings are going to be different and influenced by a different body chemistry than a 2-year-old's, but the human is experiencing subjective units of distress. And as therapists, we would be really shitty at our jobs if every person we talk to, we graded it on some kind of imaginary objective curve.
And that is like, not why you're shitty at your job.
I wouldn't be upset at my husband if I were in your shoes.
Read the reviews.
Yeah, right. There isn't even a fucking review. She just fucking nothing. Just 1 star.
Hey, she's just saying there's a fucking problem.
Giving you hints.
Maybe it's your job to figure out what the fucking problem is.
Had met her at some point in my life. That would help. But
maybe if you remembered, you'd have more stars.
We don't. Fuck. That was the problem, is that I didn't remember her.
Yeah, I remember she's from Virginia.
That's right. You remember me from Virginia?
I'm your only patient in Virginia.
You got a license just to work with me in Virginia. So I agree with your point, which the first thing is, regardless if your experience in pregnancy is causing, for your baseline compared to your pre-pregnancy self, if your post or during pregnancy self is experiencing life differently, I want to observe that. But like, that's why we have a category called postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety. And we don't discount that experience because it's somewhat more predictable based on hormonal regulation. We take it very seriously. And part of the treatment of it is to sit down with you and talk through what's on your mind and what's holding you down, with the hope that we can, squeeze out that energy by metabolizing it with language and ultimately make less of it, right? By measuring it and observing it. So the treatment should be the same. And I don't like the discounting of it when people just hand wave and say, now here's where I'm actually okay with it. And I'm interested in your thoughts on this, Whitney. I feel like sometimes as a person with anxiety, it is reassuring to me when somebody reassures me and says, hey, you're just crazy. Like, and it's like in this loving, like, I'm like, I think this really scary thing could be real. And the person's like, hey man, don't forget that you're nuts. Like you have an anxiety disorder. It's like, oh yeah. And like, okay, actually, thank you. Like you're helping me not take the scary seriously because you're reminding me that I can't trust my own brain. Right. And I could see the same argument for somebody who's going through an acute hormonal regulation like pregnancy or like menstruation or something to that effect, where it's like, I'm feeling all these feelings, and somebody having the right to tell them like, hey, don't trust those feelings right now. I'll bet you'll feel differently in a week. My
reaction hearing that is that with anxiety, I would still validate the feeling but challenge the thought. And when I hear kind of what the writer was saying, it's more like they may know even like I shouldn't be upset about this, but I still feel upset about this. So I see it a little differently hearing that out loud, because with anxiety, you need to have those thoughts challenged. But I think when it's just that is a chemistry emotional reaction, not my brain creating the feeling. It's more like the feeling is existing because of the chemistry. I feel like those are different things. Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah. But still being willing to challenge the thought, though, to help them right size it. Yeah. So I think that's where I think validation comes in. Like, I see you're upset. That's really tough. They mentioned, I think, like family drama. That would be an area I'd be like, okay, well, maybe we aren't going to, text great aunt so-and-so that she's a raging bitch right now. Yeah. Like, don't trust your first thought during this. Let's revisit this after the baby. She is. Like, let's revisit this later. Maybe like put that on pause. Other things like you're upset I ate the food you were saving for later. I'd be upset right now. Like, yeah. And I like that they gave us those points to say like family drama or the fear of like, are my spouse and I going to be good parents? Are we on the same page? Those are relevant. And every you call it hormones or a stage of life. Yeah. Like if you were adopting a kid right now and you weren't hormonal at all, you would I promise you. Those things. Yeah. Your brain would be like, oh my God, like, are we on the same page about how to raise this kid? Like, yep. And that would be anxious and emotional for you. So I think that it's both and, right? Like, the hormones do matter. Pregnancy is a real stage of life. It is fundamentally different than your baseline stage of life. You shouldn't be able to trust all of your impressions and your feelings. I think you have to remind yourself that feelings are probably not facts. And yet, if that doesn't relieve you of them, I think it's okay to encounter them. And I would hope that you can tell like people in your life that you go to for your support, like, hey, there are times when you telling me it's just my pregnancy brain is somewhat reassuring. There's also times when it feels dismissive. It's like yelling calm down at somebody who's scared. Like, that just won't help them. So like if your goal is to relieve me of the units of distress that I'm experiencing, I need you to respond to me differently. And giving that advice to your helpers, here's what I need from you. I need you to listen to me. Or I need you to go to the fucking store and get me some corned beef. For real. Like, if a pregnant woman's crying that you didn't get her the food or like she doesn't have the food, there's only one solution for that. Go get it. We're not going to talk about it anymore. Like, you're getting a fucking Big Mac. Like, this is happening right now. Totally. Anyway, we did pretty good on that, guys. You know? I like it. They said we couldn't be done. We kind of knocked that one out. We just keep winning. We don't even need Nick. No. He probably just would have brought up. Who? Yeah, fuck that guy. I had years and years ago. Actually, I need to address this very carefully. This is not any show that I am currently working on. Oh, good. Okay. And it is not being run by any company that I am affiliated with in any way whatsoever. Gotcha. So anyway, I knew these three therapists. Yeah. So there was this live show that I was working on, and I had an assistant on this show. And one day I get a call from like one of the bosses. It's like, hey, you got to come to this meeting. Your assistant, it's a disciplinary meeting for your assistant. Okay. And you are their direct person, so you got to be there. And so I get there, and a performer in the show
who is pregnant, who is still in the show. She's not left the show yet for her maternity leave. She had filed a complaint against him because I don't remember what the scenario was exactly, but she said something to him that she needed for the show. And he used the words hysterical and pregnancy brain in his response, explaining to her that she didn't need it.
Yeah.
And now that's bad enough and that's stupid enough as it is.
Yeah. Oh, there's more.
Oh, God.
With the exception of me, every one of his bosses was a woman.
Oh, wow.
I was the only male in the room. There were 6 people, not including him, in the room.
Oh, this is great.
That were all like above him. And like there are bosses in the room that don't deal with him because they are far enough above him that they don't even know who this guy is. But they're in this meeting.
I'm imagining him looking at you with these pleading eyes of like,
and I'm just sitting there going like,
bail me
I don't
out.
know what the fuck you think I'm going to do.
You're going to drown today, buddy.
I don't know if I want to help you. I know that I can't.
I'm going to bury you.
This is way above my pay grade.
Oh, I'm not going to bury you. I'm going to sit here quietly
and stare out the window.
I'm going to ask questions that or I'm going to answer questions that are asked of me. And I guess if I have a question, 50-50 on whether or not I'll ask it.
Oh, man. You're just staying the hell out of the destruction zone.
Wild.
There were like questions coming to me that was like, do you find this to be appropriate behavior?
And
it's things like, well, no.
No
Hell
further
nah.
answer. Complete sentence.
Hell nah.
and then take that and then look back at him and be like, see, he says it's not appropriate.
Right.
And I'm just like, I would love to not be here.
Yeah, can you this be a him conversation?
Jacob, do you feel like this is appropriate behavior? What a hysterical thing to ask. Just, God, cool it.
A lot of hysteria in this room right now.
I am still trying to figure out why you're all yelling.
Also, none of you brought me a coffee, huh? Just not one. Just okay.
Can't help but notice lack of sandwiches.
Would it kill you to put some makeup on? I guess not. We're at work. Lack of sandwiches.
Yeah, most people, if they're going to have a group of people around the table, then put out like a marble rye or something.
Rude hosting.
Yeah.
At this party.
I mean, I came to your house because your office,
put out a rye.
not my office.
How hard is it to put out a rye? Just put out a rye.
Just, guess your mothers didn't teach you.
Come on.
Civility. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're ending the show. You're listening to Pod Therapy. Today's show is brought to you by Judy Schneider, Leon Kassab, Carolyn Albert, Sammy Scoop, Sarah Smith, Mike Helm, Darren Cunningham, Brady Malachik, Max the Ginger Scoop, Ellie O'Dare, Amy Aardvark, and Edgar Allan Poe. Would you like to sponsor our show? Go to patreon.com/therapy, become a therapy producer, and hear your name read every single episode. Well, as we wrap up the show, I want to remind you, go to patreon.com/therapy, and you can actually watch us on YouTube. You'll get the special unlisted link if you're at the Therapod level and higher. Yeah, except when Nick's in charge.
Jacob's doing right now.
What is he doing? Who knows?
Find out.
You'll also get access to our
hey, what do you call this?
9-year library.
I don't know, but here comes another one.
Gotta get the sound effects. 9-year library of different kinds of deep dives, research, all sorts of fun extra stuff, different side tangents, projects we've done. Check it out. It's all there. The instant that you go to patreon.com/therapy, you'll have all of that. And you'll get our extended show every week, a day earlier. And you'll get that in the same app that you're listening to us right now. Or watch it on YouTube if you prefer.
Do what you want.
Speed. Do what you want.
We're not going to tell you what to do.
Unless you're a woman. Then you need a little bit of coaching.
Then do what your man tells you to do.
Do what we tell you to do. Go down patreon.com/therapy and enjoy that. By way of the end of the show, we have a nice note that was sent to us. Nice note. It says, "Hi guys, I've been doing a lot of reflecting lately following the death of John C. Dvorak. It is I looked this person up. John C. Dvorak was a long-term radio host and podcast guy.
Gotcha.
I specialize in tech reporting.
Oh, nice.
And the writer says, it is such a strangely profound feeling to grieve someone you've never actually met, yet who has been a consistent weekly presence in your life for over 20 years. To have a voice that familiar suddenly gone is jarring. And it made me realize I shouldn't wait to reach out and tell you all how much you mean to me. Aww. I really just wanted to write in to say how much I enjoy the show and how deeply I appreciate the work you do. It is always a highlight of my week to hear you goof off in the Patreon section. Beyond the laughs, the show has such broad appeal and genuinely helps people in real life. Your conversations are incredibly thought-provoking and have helped me navigate some tough situations in the past. Please keep up the good work. My best to you all, Philip.
Oh,
very nice.
Thank you, Philip.
Yeah.
Thank you, Phil.
That's really very kind.
That is very nice of you.
I know what you mean. I remember when the Car Talk guys got
Click
off
and
the
Clack.
air, and
Catholic Brothers.
I had just been hearing them every week for years. My entire childhood. Like if it was Sunday morning in the car, my parents had the radio on Car Talk.
Yeah.
And I remember when they stopped doing it, I was like, this is weird. I don't know these guys.
I listened to Wait, Don't Tell Me, the news trivia show, and they have Carl Castle.
Oh, yeah.
Longtime radio man, newsman, and he's their emeritus guy, he's the point keeper or whatever, and he just reads the beginning of the show. He just announces, the host or whatever. And before him was another really famous guy, and he replaced him. But he recently retired, and he's in his 90s.
Okay.
And I just remember oh no, I'm just so used to hearing that guy's voice, and just there he goes. And I love this letter because it's really true. You just develop that relationship with people, and it's you just think it'll be there forever. But this show will end probably today. I mean, shit, Nick's gone. We're already 1 foot out the door.
We don't know where he went.
Yeah.
We closed the store, so fuck.
End of times.
Sold too much.
Yeah, because the sales were flying out the window.
Sales were out the roof.
We couldn't keep up with demand.
Closed the store due to too much interest.
I feel like this is going to be 2 truths and a lie.
This eccentric billionaire. I closed it. Why? Fuck you. That's
we knew
why.
it was money laundering.
7 stickers.
We knew something was up. Nobody has shopped in that store in years. And now you've lost the chance. Okay, shame on all of you. You'll have to listen for the special password. And when we eventually open up the store for 1 week, it's going to be your one chance to commit all the fraud you can. But we'd like to thank the benevolent, revered, generous, and flagrantly pro-therapy diehard who loves you all so much. They give till it hurts. Our Thera partner, Pickett. And we want to thank our bosses, the mysterious and shrouded Illuminati members of the fan club, our Thera producers. Thank you, Jake Schneider, Myra, Robert Brownie Jr. Mint, Smitty Scoop, Richard fucking Macy, Judy Schneider, Malia, Leon Kassab, Carolyn Albert, Kevin Chamberlain, Tess Miller, Dan Martin, Sammy Scoop, Slurpy Kaye, motherfucker, Ben Stanley, Slapping Your Face, Sarah Smith, Adam Hathaway, Byler T, Mike Helm, Oscar Swanrose, Paris, A Sunny Boy, Darren Cunningham, Lib, Sandra McWaffle, Team Monaco, Thunder, Cougar, Falcon Scoop, Heyo, Hannah Marie, Andrew Langmead, Emma, Tonka, and Pony Soprano, Alina, Brady Malachek, Chick Fellatio, Gabriel Adame, Sean Sutherland, Max the Ginger Scoop, Chad Mag, Adam Warren, Inkala Prince, Sam Cohn, Big A, Do Crimes, Ellie O'Dare, Not Kira Knightley, Amy Aardvark, Edgar Allan Poe, and Dale the King. And if you'd like to hear this episode uncut and unedited,
and why wouldn't you?
And enjoy our spontaneous side projects, you go to patreon.com/therapy, and thank you for supporting mental health. That's all the time we got for this week's session. I want to thank SJ and the Ruckus Scenic Koi Pond Studios /
That was
Your
mom's.
Mom. Yeah, Your Mom Studios. And thanks to those of you who contributed to our show today. We do appreciate it. Remember, Pod Therapy isn't something to keep all to yourself. Share the episode with the world. Tag us on the socials when you do. It's at Pod Therapy Guys on Instagram, Threads, and Twitter. It's /Pod Therapy on Facebook. And don't forget about all the extra goodies at patreon.com/therapy. Do you want to submit a question to the show? Ask anonymously at podtherapy.net. Email us at PodTherapyGuys. At gmail.com, or by clicking the link in the episode description to be taken to our anonymous Google form. I'm Jim.
I'm Whitney.
I'm Dr. Jacob.
And you've been listening to Pod Therapy. We'll see you for your appointment next week.
Woo. Guess what my hat says?
Cheese.
Cheese.
I want people in the Discord to try to... Oh,
Yeah.
never mind. We read it. No. That'd be fun
Jacob
if they
did,
had to
but that's
divine
right.
the answer.
No one listens this far in anyway.
That's true.
Goodbye.
I also
Bye.
zoomed in on it at one point during the show.
Okay. I was hoping. I was like, I wonder if they'll